Resurgence is not close better. All right, so Saheeli Evolution, Saheeli combo, 4-color Saheeli, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, any given day of the week. This is an old archetype that's a creature combo deck that we're looking to slot Stoneforge Mystic into. So the combo, for those not familiar, we have our Planeswalker Saheeli Rai here, which her -2 says, create a token that's a copy of an artifact or creature you control. It gains haste, exile it at end of turn. So Saheeli Rai, alongside the card Felidar Guardian, creates an unlimited number of 1/4s with haste to attack and kill our opponent with. The way this works is, use Saheeli, copy your Felidar. The new Felidar comes into play. That Felidar blinks Saheeli, putting her back to 3 loyalty, which she can then repeat, making another Felidar, which blinks Saheeli, which then you can loop that until as many as you want. We also have a Kiki-Jiki in here because the blinking nature of Felidar Guardian allows it to also combo with Kiki-Jiki. The appeal to having a Kiki in addition to Saheeli is that Eldritch Evolution lets us find this one copy of Kiki. So if we have like 2 Felidar Guardians or like a Felidar and a Reflector Mage, we can turn one of those into Kiki to combo that way. Eldritch Evolution also has an okay fair strategy in this archetype because we had to turn Voice of Resurgence into Pia and Kiran Nalaar, which that gives us a voice token plus a minimum of 3 other bodies. So that gives us, it's like 8 power across 3 bodies, which is very reasonable assuming you have nothing else. Because this deck has Felidar Guardian to potentially blink Stoneforge Mystic, and Saheeli Rai to potentially copy Stoneforge Mystic, you'll see I'm playing 3 equipments in the main deck, which is 1 more than I've been playing in a lot of these lists. So I've got a Feast and Famine, a Light and Shadow, and a Batterskull. And then, in fact, for the fair matchups, I've got a 4th equipment as a 3rd sword here in the sideboard, because I think with games going long or blinking or copying Stoneforge, we're going to find ourselves wanting a lot of pieces of equipment in a lot of games. Why are we playing 2 basic planes? Because I wanted 5 basics in my deck for Path to Exile and Field of Ruin, and I didn't need a 19th green source. Was my takeaway. The base of this deck is a base green-white deck with a double splash. One of the things that's really nice here is that Oath of Nissa, in addition to providing that impulse or ponder style effect, it also lets you spend mana as though it's mana of any color on your planeswalkers. So this, along with just green and white lands, lets us cast Saheeli Rai, which is sweet. We will note we have red and blue shock, so we can actually cast these cards without an Oath of Nissa, but Oath of Nissa provides us all the fixing that we need. Let's go ahead and dive on in, see how it goes. Yeah, it's very possible that maybe I just want 19 green. I kind of like the idea of having 5 basics in a base 2 color deck though. Yeah, my older list played 2 planes as well, which maybe I did cut the Renegade Ralliers compared to the old configuration, so I do have slightly less white cards than I did previously. So we're closer to a base green deck more than anything. A 4th land that can produce red. Maybe. I've got 4 Birds of Paradise. So, the general goal is just don't draw and cast Kiki-Jiki. Don't draw the Kiki-Jiki. But, like, in theory, like, 2 red and birds probably get there a lot of the time. Opponent joined the game. And then is sitting here doing nothing. This hand looks great. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Burgle. Those are all like just minor tuning things, right? Like what the details look like. Hey, G-Man, thanks for the year and a half. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Happy Friday. Welcome to the weekend. Steam vents, you say? If Jeff opened a restaurant, the Hoagland special would be a big plate of uncastable meatballs. They're just plastic meatballs. They're inedible. It'll be an inside joke. The bird lives for half a turn. It's alive! Jeskai. All right, so, well, we failed in our goal. We've failed in our mission statement, chat. I'm gonna grab Sword of Light and Shadow here on this first one. Just because a lot of our things are likely to die here. You got it. She's dead, Jim. You've killed her. Are you pleased? Grab Stomping Ground since we got old Freaky Kiki in our hand. Hype to Death. Thank you for the biddies. Happy Friday. I would love a basic land. Thank you for asking. It's been a long time since we've Kiki voiced. You're not wrong. Untapped land. Untapped land. Rats. Rats. I really wanted to, Huh? Yeah, totally just getting Felidar Guardian here. This is the reason why we play Oath of Nissa in this deck. Because you get to blink it. Yikes. Alright, well, we'll do that so we can fetch a blue source for this Reflector Mage. So if they attack with the Snapcaster Mage, I'm going to block with the Felidar Guardian. Because even if they bolt to finish this off, the bolt would kill Kiki to disrupt the combo anyway, so I'd like to just block. And they're dead. Man, and here I thought they banned Splinter Twin, chat. Here I thought Splinter Twin was banned. Little did we know. Steady as she goes, do 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 do. Wow, clicking save targets always yes and always yield just didn't work apparently. God bless opponent, they conceded. Voice of Resurgence versus Geist of Saint Traft. What is love? Modern, don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. I actually think Veil of Summer isn't very good against these Jeskai decks, so I don't think I'm bringing that in. Yeah, I don't think it is, Burgle. I think I just leave a couple of Knights in, because gaining random life so I don't get burned out seems fine. Well, Hype to Death, if I'm not sure what other events I'm getting out to, but if you don't mind spending a little bit on postage, you're always welcome to send cards you'd like damaged, signed, I mean, to my P.O. box. Just let me know when you send them, so I can get over there to check it. Don't we want Avalanche Riders because we're Twitch chat? That's a very observative It's a very good observation. We want Avalanche Riders because we're Twitch chat. I don't think I want anything else here. You could, like, maybe make an argument for Eidolon, but I don't think it's good enough. They're also potentially a Spell Queller deck, which makes Eidolon potentially dangerous for us as well. This seems fine. Just bring in trackers and Sophie over the Eldritch Evolutions. Man, it's been a long time since Kiki-Jiki's been this glued to my hand, chat. I almost forgot what this feels like. Just one Kiki-Jiki glued to the hand. It's almost better to have the Kiki-Jiki in the opener than drawing it, because at least when it's in the opener, you can structure your turns fetching, knowing that it's going to be something that you're working towards. So there's that. That's nice. Yeah, Sword and Fire and Ice of their own. So I think we start with Oath of Nissa here. Huh. Mom and Pop is kind of great here, huh? Just provides me, like, infinite blockers. And, like, I'm fetching towards red mana anyways. Oh, does that still have lootings in it? It does have looting. Thank you. I caught another one I forgot to pull looting out of. Remove looting from 4-color Geist. To be fair, 4-color Geist is still functional without looting. It wasn't a super core piece. Wow, they can't put the sword into play. That's good for us. So, I need to fetch Shock first, right? "13 months of fighting the good fight and Stoneforge is finally free. What do we do now?" Free Splinter Twin, obviously. Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to free the next banned card. Force of Negation, my Oath of Nissa. Deal. They pitched a Cryptic command. I mean, I guess they're not going to use that Cryptic command anytime soon. Does that mean my Sword of Fire and Ice gets to resolve now? I think that's what that means. Hopefully. Their hand is Sword of Fire and Ice, then one card I don't know. They have Spell Queller. Okay. You want me to shoot down Stoneforge? No, I don't think that really matters. Oh, you know what? I should have attacked. I missed an attack for 2. I could have attacked for 2 because they would have blocked. I'd throw a Thopter at it. That's what I should have done. Yeah, they have plenty of mana, Burgle, exactly. Oh, crap. This can't fetch Sacred Foundry. That's something to keep in mind when I'm sequencing with my other stuff later. That can fetch Sacred Foundry, though. Huh. Was I supposed to just throw 2 Thopters at the Spell Queller? Maybe I was just supposed to throw 2 Thopters at the Spell Queller. That's very probable. So Kiki can't target legendary creatures. For people that want me to copy Pia and Kiran Nalaar. That is not how the freaky Kiki. That's not how Kiki rolls, chat. That's not how Kiki rolls. Are you okay with me adding a link to your stream and the YouTube video? A link where, Paula? Oh yeah, definitely. 10 out of 10. I think I'm actually going to put a variation of goblins up on my website here soon. Okay, so we're gonna snap path Kiki-Jiki here. Alright, so our best draw is Felidar Guardian. Because we could combo kill them next turn. So if we hit Felidar Guardian, maybe I do just want a basic. Maybe I just want a basic mountain in my deck. If I'm gonna be playing Kiki. Alright, so I can throw both my Thopters at the Spell Queller, equip the sword, hit them with the sword. Right? Snap back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Do 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 do. Fun fact, every time I've tried to use Pia and Kiran Nalaar, I targeted the Thopter with the ability. Yep. Welcome to Moto. Enjoy your stay. Alright, your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Mmm. Tasty, tasty, tasty. That felt, I don't know if this deck is good, but that was certainly great. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream Magic full-time here on Twitch. We do a couple of modern leagues every morning. We do some arena in the afternoons. And as always, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful subs. I wouldn't be here day in day out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, you can find their streaming coverage of every one of their tournaments at twitch.tv/NRG series. BCW Supplies are the only ones I trust to protect my physical TCG cards using code Jeff10 at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards worked with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course,
don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoagland Dia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
in addition to getting a free sub with your Twitch Prime, it is currently September. So if you're someone who's been thinking of sending me actual dollar dues but hasn't done so yet, between now and September 24th, all new subscriptions on all Twitch channels are half off. So for just $2.50, you can join us here in chat as a member of Hoaglandia. Love the dabs in chat from that, from our wonderful commercial. Beat up Jeskai Stoneblade in our first match with our pile of Saheeli cards. So let's see how the next one goes here. One thing to consider is that the lack of removal in this 75 might be wrong. There's a good chance that I probably want somewhere between 2 and 3 Path to Exiles in this 75. A very real possibility. Hey, Hype 2 Def. Thanks for the biddies. One down, hopefully a few more to go. Pretty easy mulligan here. I might keep this. Bottom Plains. Is it Plains? Is it Plains or Wooded Foothills? Yeah, I think it's just Plains. The Wooded Foothills lets me fetch blue, which could let me cast, Yikes. Ooh, wish we would have bottomed the Horizon Canopy and kept the Plains. There's a Kiki-Jiki on top of our deck. One of the things that's kind of neat to note, because Felidar Guardian blinks any permanent, this can reset a Batterskull that's otherwise lost its germ token. I was about to say if we bottom this Plains, the opponent's on Burn. Yep. Yeah, we're very dead here. Santa's not good against Burn. Got a lot of clunk in the trunk. To be fair, Bob, this is not really a matchup I want Path to Exile for. So I don't think that this is an apt comparison for wanting removal or not. Pathing the burn deck often means you still lose. So we got Night of Autumn in, Sword of Fire and Ice in. I think that's the plan. Kiki-Jiki and Pia and Sword of Feast and Famine. One of the biggest upsides in the post-board games against Burn. This is one of the reasons why Burn is such a good deck in Modern. Is just like in Standard, like having that advantage where like I keep this hand that's just like, one, I get to mulligan differently if I know my opponent's playing Burn, like which card I'm putting on the bottom. But two, I probably also like don't keep that 6 because it's not good enough. This hand is fine, not amazing, but fine. This is, so Burgle was trash talking my Voice of Resurgences earlier. This is actually another matchup where Voice of Resurgence is significantly better than Teferi. Voice of Resurgence like blocks most of the time. I would encourage you to read Veil of Summer, Sunhouse. My face is egged. Yep. So what's the plan here? What's the plan? If they miss their land drop, there's a few directions this could go. Is it crazy to just shock in the land and play Saheeli, and then if they tap out, I kill them? I think that's the plan, right? I think it's just do this, scry, like hope they break and I Splinter Twin them. Is my average draw better than this? I think it might be. I wouldn't mind just like hitting a land that doesn't hurt me, which I think makes my average draw a lot better than that. Now, worth noting, the Grim Lavamancer activation does disrupt my combo, because the Saheeli Rai does go down to 1 counter when comboing. Yeah, I think we just Knight and gain 4 here. And if they skull crack me, I get a voice token. We cannot blink the Lava Man. That is not a legal play. Man, it's been a while since we've played like actual creature toolbox decks. I've forgotten how many times people don't know the text of our cards. Yeah, it's our stuff. Yeah, it's not Flicker Wisp. Yeah, exactly, Burgle. That's exactly the line. So if they just pass here, we're gonna play Felidar Guardian, target the Knight of Autumn. And then they need Bolt plus the Lava Man activation to do something meaningful. And then I still get another Elemental, which should give me a manner to kill them with the voice tokens before that happens. So we'll do this. We'll target our Knight of Autumn. Morning, Dude Light. One would fall. Thank you for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Hope you're having a good one wherever you are. Opponent's decided they're not winning this game. Now, for the hard game, we're on the draw. I don't think I have anything else to change here. If I really wanted to hedge the burn matchup with this deck, I could retool the mana base slightly to support Helix out of the sideboard, which may or may not be awful. Larry! Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thank you for the 12 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Kazenti, thank you for the 21 months. And Vanu, thanks for keeping on with that tier 1 sub. Taking advantage of that September discount. This hand just doesn't really do anything. You've heard of Bezo Bucks, now get ready for Page Pennies. I just found out that I could use Google Play credit I get from Google Survey thing for bits, so here you go. Well, thank you for the support, Tadio. Remember, anytime you cheer 100 bits or more, you could always bump a deck that's in the queue, so keep that in mind if you'd like to move something up a point. Yep, that's the hand's great. This is the first time I've played this deck in probably 6 months to a year. You have to look on my YouTube channel to see when the last time I touched this archetype was. Well, that was a good pickup. Hey, thanks for continuing your sub gift, Apinakis. Eidolon, bro. Eidolon, Tid. Oh. Yeah, the mono black vampires would be a fine run back, Scissor. The Searing Blaze here. Yep. Going down to 9 here. All right. All things considered, that was one of our better draws, right? Hey, Scissor, thanks for the support. I appreciate it. But another castable spell? Yeah, we're super dead. They're killing our wall. Gross. Give away all the biddies. Thanks for the support, Armacoat. Alright, if their hand has Stone Cold Blanks in it and they don't attack the Saheeli, we kill them. Dead to literal anything. Yeah, I can get opponent. What are the trade-offs between this deck and Vanafear? It seems like their game plans are similar. So, the Vanafear deck I would describe as being a combo deck first with a pretty bad, fair backup plan second. And this deck is kind of the inverse of that. It's kill people with Stoneforge Mystics and Voice of Resurgences are like probably what you're going to have happen more often than not. Hey, thanks for Tedio. The real reason you've been part of my 4-year-old and I's morning routine for a while. Well, thanks for keeping me around. Thanks, Hype. You can turn free Google money into bits. Jeff, take my money. Thanks for the free Google survey money. Yeah, this technically can combo kill on turn 3. You can go turn 1 Dork, turn 2 Saheeli, turn 3 Felidar Guardian. That's technically true. It's improbable, but this is technically a turn faster. The mana of your deck does not ever combo kill before 4. What problems would I try to solve with this deck? I don't know. I'm playing games with it for the first time. I haven't touched this archetype in a long time because it was one of those decks that was too slow and fair for Modern. And after getting our stuff pushed in by Burn, that's probably still the case, honestly. I know we might be able to solve that with a pile of Lightning Helixes. I've played that card inside and out of Kiki Cord before in the past. But new deck ideas, even new takes on old things, have to kind of start from a baseline. We're really good at drawing Bird as our 7th or 8th, or like 8th or 9th card. I don't know. With a lot of the decks people are playing on Magic Online right now, I think Voice of Resurgence is just like a great card to be playing. Like I was really low on Voice for a while, but I think the current like batch of decks people are playing is fine. It is. This card's genuinely good against Jund, and it's fine against Burn. Them's just the facts, chat. Them's just the facts. As someone who's registered a lot of Voice of Resurgence over the years, it's impressive the number of people who like pick up Voice and read it when you cast it, and then end step try and kill it, and you make 2 tokens, and they're like, wait, what? Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying, Bruno. It's weird, I know. So I'm going to do this, and I think I'm going to grab Sword of Light and Shadow here. Am I, or is it Feast and Famine? Picking this Voice back up is pretty game-ending. If I play an equipped sword next turn, though, I can also play Pia and Kiran Nalaar. I probably don't need the Voice pick backed up to end this game, so let's just do this. As a proud Burn player, it was great to hear you say you got your stuff pushed back in. Keep our 30% win rate alive. Are you saying Burn only has a 30% win rate? Because I think Burn's one of the best decks in the format right now. So I'd question where you're getting that metric from. What you got, opponent? What you got? Another part of me wonders, and maybe this is incorrect. I wonder if that's a good draw. I wonder if playing Stoneforge, I wonder if playing Eldritch Evolution is still right in this deck, or if I'm just supposed to be like a completely fair deck that like just like has some removal in it. Well, so like keep the 4 Felidar Guardians and the 4 Saheelis, but just like cut the toolbox aspect and just like play multiple copies of my good cards. If that makes sense. Do you have a Link Pike? I don't know what that's referring to. So I feel like I could just like cut the Eldritch Evolution and the Reflector Mages and like the Kiki-Jiki and just like Pia and Kiran Nalaar is like a pretty good card. Just like add Pia at the top end and just be like a Stoneforge Mystic mana dork deck that like also has Saheeli and Felidar in it. I could see that being like a pretty reasonable direction to take it. Veil of Summer sounds excellent here. Eldritch Evolution is really bad here. I think I want Deputy. I don't want Knight of Autumn. Tireless Tracker seems fine. Do I want Sword of Fire and Ice? I could see Sophie being good here. Wall of Blossoms doesn't do a whole lot. This deck looks neat. Season Pyromancer's a neat card. I could see that being a card I'm interested in playing. Icefang Coddle is interesting. Astrolab gives you another decent thing to blink with Felidar Guardian. It also lets you down tick Saheeli Rai to just draw a card. I don't know about all these Planeswalkers like Ren, Teferi, and Jace, but I guess Ren helps you hit land drops while playing a low land count. Icefang's a pretty good one to blink. Just saw one of my customers on a forklift put the forks through the side of a van. I think he's fired. That's probably a safe bet. Well, I don't really care about what decks cost. Traders has my hookup. I don't know how this deck I'm looking at here ever beats Burn as constructed though. Like I'm looking at this deck and going, the issue that I'm feeling with this deck that we're playing right now is I don't ever beat a Burn deck, and like I guess there's 3 lightning bolts here, but I feel like this just eats it to Burn most of the time too, right? As constructed at least. Yeah, I guess Astrolab makes playing Helix not unfeasible or unreasonable. I think Weather's a lot worse than Helix. Oh, you've killed him. He's dead. It's a good draw. I'm gonna Oath and just try and find another land here. And just go like Oath this turn, I think. They might soft stub this. Yeah, that's fine, because they might think I just don't have another land. I just wanted to wait and try and get a green land. I feel like Lone Missionary is largely unnecessary in a world where Night of Autumn exists now. Yeah, I know. There's like I'm just not gonna remember German Space Ace. People are just gonna have to get over it. Our hand's pretty good here. They might get cheeky and take Oath of Nissa. I could see that, like try and stick me on lands. Yeah, people are pretty dumb, Punchworthy. Voice was a great rip here too. I've heard people say Stoneforge kills all the aggro decks in Modern. Yeah, those people are weird. Like, aggro decks don't really exist in Modern. Like, traditional aggro isn't really an archetype that, like, plays in this format. Stoneforge is gonna push out Wild to Cuddle, exactly. What do you mean no one was playing Wild to Cuddle? What do you mean no one was playing Wild to Cuddle? I don't understand. Wild to Cuddle is love. Wild to Cuddle is life. Elves wasn't pushed out by Stoneforge Mystic. Elves was pushed out by Plague Engineer and Ren and 6. Man, this Veil of Summer even counters Culligan's command. It's kind of dope. Sweet. So they don't even get to lose life with this because their target gets countered. Their target's removed. Have we comboed anyone? Yes. Yes, we have. What was your reasoning for not playing Voice last turn? I wanted to put Batterskull into play. Alright, so they're out of cards. Yeah, Saheeli does not work very elegantly with Batterskull, unfortunately. Felidar Guardian works reasonably with Batterskull, though. Gets to reset it. Make a new germ. It's a shame this isn't one of our protection from black swords. Yeah, I'm just gonna blink Batterskull here. I just gotta survive a turn, right? Just gotta like fade Temur Battle Rage. Even Temur Battle Rage doesn't get me right. Because I block a 4/4 on each. And then we have Saheeli Rai here to combo kill them next turn. If they don't draw a piece of interaction or a way to kill me. So if I double block here and they Temur Battle Rage this, they only have one card, Grief. I don't think there's a single card that kills me here. They need to have Cycle Street Wraith in the Temur Battle Rage with these blocks. I think Lightning Helix. I don't know why people keep suggesting bad cards for beating Burn when I'm just like, let's play Lightning Helix. If we want to hedge Burn, the answer is play the card in Modern that's the best card you can have against Burn. And that card is Lightning Helix. Alright, so they drew the best card in their deck, and we still only go to 1 here, and then we kill them on the backswing. Why should I chump the other Death Shadow? What's the reason for that? What does chumping the other Death Shadow play around? Doesn't play around anything I can think of. Because if they have Street Wraith into Temur Battle Rage, it's an 18/18, or it's 18 damage, and I'm still dead. So it doesn't play around their 1 out. That's still their out regardless. Jumping Shadow makes us lose to Fatal Push, so that's fun. Yeah, that's a good reason to not do it. 2-1. Thanks for the biddies hype. Seems also pretty bad. Oh, yikes. I get to keep 4 of these cards. Alright, so just gotta scry into a second Felidar Guardian, no big deal. Tilt. I'm doing alright. Ugh, read. Spell Snare. Spell Snare is a pretty good card. Oh, are they playing Blue-Red Wizards? I think they're playing Blue-Red Wizards, chat. Which makes this Eldritch Evolution extra embarrassing. Makes this Voice of Resurgence pretty good, though. Until we get snap spell snared, that is. Yeah, the old lightning strike. Activate my mutavault, get that 1 mana discount. That sweet lightning strike. Yeah, give it to me, baby. Yeah, they at least don't have snap snare. They can just hit this twice. He's dead, Jim. You've killed him. This Eldritch Evolution was like a card with a text box. We could be okay. Yeah, I think cutting the Eldritch Evolution seems like a very reasonable game plan. All the wizard lightnings. Sophie's in my sideboard, Waterfalls. I didn't have room for a 4th equipment main. Yeah, I think the pro black swords are better game 1. Yeah, my elemental's dying here. If this Eldritch Evolution is just like any creature or card with a text, like we might actually be competitive on this mull 4. I guess if we had like a Stoneforge Mystic, we could, or a Voice of Resurgence. Stoneforge is actually good here too still. So like Stoneforge or Voice of Resurgence would also be good. Just like a meaningful 2 mana play that we can like play and equip the sword to this turn. Oh-ho. We're halfway there. Oh-ho. Snapcaster murdered us with a spell snare. From the graveyard, we tried on the multi-4. Do. I think if this had just been a card with a text box, we probably would have won that. Which is pretty impressive, honestly. Hey, Fearburger, thanks for the subs. I appreciate it. Happy Friday to you. Sure to let me know if there's a deck in the deck you'd like to see a little bit sooner, or if you'd like to add something new with that support. As always, thanks for keeping me around. Feast and Famine's probably pretty bad here. It might just be that I want max equipment in this matchup. Could see that as well. All right, let's do this. It's another matchup where Helix would be good. I miss the Thrun Huntmaster days of Modern. Those are long gone and never coming back. Move up Dice Factory Tron? We definitely can. That archetype actually top 32 the Modern Challenge last weekend. Looked sweet. Turn 1 Mutavault. Okay. Scale of 1 to dead. What are we working with here? Lightning. Lightning Strike's a heck of a card. Wow, that's unfortunate. When you're ponder bricks on a land. Green source. Green source. Ding, ding, ding. I'm bolting my dome? Opt. Okay, that makes sense. So say burn spell. Burn spell doesn't really make a lot of sense here. Wow, that's actually pretty annoying. Stops our Fire Knights from drawing cards. Stops our Veil of Summer from drawing cards on our turn, too. All right, if they cast a blue spell next turn, I'm probably just going to cantrip the Veil. Yeah, they missed on the impulse there. That doesn't surprise me. Narset seems like a weird inclusion because the deck doesn't have that, like, their deck's only like a third spells, which I feel like means you're going to miss fairly often. We did play a little Brawl yesterday. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It was neat. Sure. So, this makes Pia and Kiran Nalaar pretty unappealing. Just jam Felidar and blink Oath of Nissa. This is Ponder, but it's not technically drawing a card, right? I think I'm just looking for lands at this point. Yeah, I agree. I had fun playing Brawl yesterday. Building decks of our own should be more fun, though. Does their deck play a Braid? Almost certainly. They saw Stoneforge game 1, so I imagine that's in their deck. Would not be surprised for this to get counterspelled. Interesting. All right. So remember, Narset prevents us from drawing additional more than one card per turn, so I can still crack clues on their turn to draw extra cards, which is nice. Yeah, I feel like with the texture of our hand, we're kind of okay for a longer game here. They don't have any card advantage, like my Felidar Guardian's a 2-for-1, my Tireless Tracker's probably going to be a 3-for-1 here. I'm going to try and fetch in response here. Perfect. So I assume we'll lose Sword of Fire and Ice here, unless they have a copy of a Braid in hand already. My goal here is to wait to play Pia and Kiran Nalaar until we have 7 mana, so that way we can play it and sack a Thopter right away to kill the Vendilion Click. Pia and Kiran Nalaar also is a soft combo with Tireless Tracker, because Pia and Kiran Nalaar can throw clues, which is great. The Knight of Autumn being able to potentially gain us 4 life also buys us a little bit of time against their air creatures. And any burn they might be able to muster up. Well, they've already played 2 bolts and a Wizard Lightning. They're down to 3 cards in their hand. They don't have any sustained card advantage. Yeet the clues. Oh, geez. Click is just straight up take a card, right? Because of Narset? Yeah, that is gross. I wasn't thinking about that aspect of it. Click plus Narset's real good. And again, the way I constructed this, I don't have any removal, so I can't take Staticaster off the table, which could be a problem for us. Vomit. If their hand is 2 blanks and I draw Saheeli, they're dead. Alright, here's a Stoneforge Mystic. Just gonna play this out to use my last mana. Obviously, they can kill it with these, but that uses up their Staticaster for the turn. Serum Vision resolves. Their build's neat. Narset plus Vendilion Click is awesome. The games have been good. I am dissatisfied with a couple of things about the configuration I put together, but that's kind of to be expected about something new-ish. Alright, do you have a bolt? Looks like they have a bolt. Plus Braid, yep. Thinking. So we can do this. And fetch up a Batterskull. Yeah, we'll always have a wrap-up segment. I get to crack the clue. And end of turn, it's going to snap an Opt here. Wizard Lightning, that's aggressive. Am I dead? I'm dead to another burn spell, right? So they go 3 upstairs, and then they have 5 on this attack. So we're dead to any Snapcaster Major burn spell here. Cryptic Command, also lethal. Yep. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, so that was rough. Game 1, we mulliganed to 4 and like actually had it. If my deck had been built better, I think we would have won both of those games, even the mull to 4. Like if I just hadn't had Eldritch Evolution in my hand rotting in that first game, I think we would have put them away. Like if Eldritch Evolution had just been like a text with a spell with a text box. And then, if we'd have just, like, had a way to take a Staticaster off the table there, they would not have been able to bully us around nearly as well as they did. Yeah, so my current thoughts are basically getting rid of the toolbox aspect of this deck and just being like a Naya deck splashing Saheeli Rai. It's like Naya Stoneforge with the Felidar Guardian Saheeli Rai combo kill. That's a little greedy, but this will hopefully find us a white source. I don't remember, big eyes. One of them was the Jeskai deck. One of them was definitely a Jeskai deck. I don't remember the other one. It all blurs. Those details don't really matter to me in the grand scheme of things. Mean Puffy, thank you for the brand new Prime support. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. 1 month till I can start dispensing justice in chat. Thank you for the very generous tier 2 resub order. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Alright, Temple of Enlightenment I think means I prioritize getting Stoneforge Mystic going. Actually, Yeah, they're playing Ad Nauseam. Maybe I'm supposed to play Voice there, because I think the line is Eldritch Evolution, Stoneforge into Felidar, blink the Oath of Nissa, find Saheeli, and like set up to combo them next turn. Yeah, I think that's the line. Okie doke. They have Phyrexian on life and Angel's Grace that can prevent them from dying to my combo kill, but, you know, putting the onus on them to have those things. And if the Angel's Grace is opposed to unlife, then they have to have another copy of that card to combo us back, which is good. It's a little awkward that if they have that in order to play it out, we have to like actually click through the combo, which sucks, but it's just moto things. Yeah, just like we drew it up. Exactly. Yeah, and that's an unlife, which means we are just dead to means we are dead to Ad Nauseam next turn. I don't know what that was all about. Auto tapper when. It sucks to have to click through this when we're likely gonna die, but it is what it is. I'll make 19 of these and attack them to 0. So Phyrexian Unlife, for people not familiar with what that card does, what that does is my opponent doesn't die when they go to 0. They instead start taking infect damage. But the way that card works is if you deal a bunch of damage all in one swing, it doesn't deal the last 10 points as infect damage. So like if I attack for 1,000 here, my opponent would just go to negative 980. So you have to kill them over 2 attack steps, which really sucks. Yeah, our opponent's not dead. And I have to make 20 of these so I can kill them next turn if they don't have it. This is one of those things that really sucks about Moto. Because like if this was in paper, I'd just be like, alright, make a bunch attack you. And we'd just like move on to like the am I dead portion of the game. But because it's Magic Online, I have to sit here and do this. Yeah, if they have copies of Angel's Grace, that's also Time Walk. So don't fault the opponent at all for not conceding here, because they are very far from dead. Now, to be fair, we've been talking about Eldritch Evolution potentially being on the chopping block. This is definitely a matchup where that effect is good. That's 20. Make one more. So no Angel's Grace. They just went to -2. All my tokens die. Goodbye, friends. You will be missed. And now, my opponent's deck wins the game by having Phyrexian Unlife in play and then casting Ad Nauseam, which lets them draw the entirety of their deck. And then they pitch some Simian Spirit Guides to cast Lightning Storm. If they're exceptionally unlucky with the spoils of the vault, we might be able to beat them. They milled 1, 2, 3, 4 lands over there. So let's count how many lands are in their deck. They have 1, 2, 3. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lands. So they need to discard. They have 14 lands. They need to discard however many that is. 14 is it's 3 plus 2 times the number of lands you discard. So they need to discard 8 lands to kill us. So they discard 8 lands. They still have 6 left over, and we only have 2, so we are dead. This is the Lightning Storm card. It deals 3 damage plus the number of lands you discard. So we get to board in Gaddock Teeg and Damping Sphere and Collector and Knight of Autumn, and this guy, and this guy. And I'm pretty sure just the whole Stoneforge Mystic package, just like GTFOs. Pretty sure that's the plan. Reflector Mage as well. That seems relatively clean. Yeah, not like we want to like maximize our ability to not only be linear, but we also have a lot of interactive elements post-board. So like Damping Sphere can slow them down in some of their combo situations. Gaddock Teeg says they can't actually cast ad nauseam. They need to cast multiple spells in a turn for this to work. They have a bunch of artifacts and enchantments. So Knight of Autumn and Collector Ouphe tend to be pretty reasonable. It's going to be our last match with this deck and our last match of Modern for the morning. We'll talk about changes I would consider trying before playing this deck again when we're done. And then we're going to roll on into some Standard for the afternoon, or late morning, early afternoon. No, so Spoils of the Vault and Ad Nauseam don't deal damage. They cause you to lose life. And those things are fundamentally different in Magic. It's confusing and stupid that they're fundamentally different, but they are, in fact, fundamentally different. I grab Stomping Ground with the first one, Hallowed Fountain with the second. One Saheeli Rai, please. Magic's a tough game, chat. It's a skill-based game where the better player frequently wins. Two shots at an untapped land. Oh, I don't even need an untapped land, right? I literally just copy my Birds of Paradise next turn. Yeah, we just copy birds and then kill them. We have them dead to known information. If they don't have disruption here. Need another Thoughtseize. Alright, so they're dead. Yep. Yeah, we Saheeli, copy the bird, have 4 mana, play Felidar Guardian, blink the Saheeli Rai so it can use its activity ability again, and then we make an unlimited number of Felidar Guardians like we had there. The old turn 3 Splinter Twin you. Not bad. .jpg. Not bad. .jpg. I mean, even if they had Slaughter Pact there, that's too early for them to be able to pay for it. This hand doesn't do enough. Voice is basically just a Grizzly Bear, and Collector Ouphe is not enough disruption. Yep. I don't need the red source because I have Oath of Nissa. Yeah. They did know about the Guardian from the Thoughtseize. That's an absurd draw. Huh? The Saheeli's gonna let me scry. So I'm just gonna take the hate piece here because the Saheeli's gonna make it pretty likely that I find a another one. Taking the Gaddock Teeg is also better against the Thoughtseize here, which they showed us they had game 1. Yeah, the sand's pretty sweet. Hey, Granny. Thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for shipping your Bezo bucks this way this month and keeping me employed. And this is perfect, right? Because, like, now they have to, like, take part of my combo instead of taking a hate piece. And then I have 2 hate cards, which is, like, pretty good. Teagleworth's a good dude. Teeg and I, we go way back. He's advised me for some time now. I'm gonna put Teeg into play first. Playing the Damping Sphere out's a little bit better if they're playing a couple of cantrips next turn. So maybe there's consideration for that, but I like putting a creature into play so I can start attacking honestly here. How do we bump decks with our bits? You just drop me a message and let me know, hey, I cheered X bits on Y day. Please let me apply them to this deck. It is unfortunately not automated. This is a good draw in the face of Pentad Prism here. Which part of the combo is usually better to take? So I think they were actually better off taking Felidar Guardian with my hand, because Felidar Guardian is going to get to come into play and blink this Oath of Nissa, which lets me dig to another Saheeli. Which I think is relevant. I'm going to fetch a Sacred Foundry with this, because if I draw a Deputy of Detention, I'd like to be able to cast it. Yeah, Discord or Twitch, either works. Whatever's easiest for you. Now, a lot of these decks play sweepers in their 75, so like having a non-creature hate piece here is nice. No, their deck only has one way to win. And that's ad nauseam. I'm gonna go ahead and put the second copy of this into play. Just like get it out of my hand so it's not exposed to Thoughtseize. Yeah, that's true. Sometimes they play like things like Grave Titan in their sideboard, but that's sometimes they try to play giant creatures that they ramp into. This is lethal, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So Damping Sphere doesn't fully stop them from comboing, but it makes their combo cost a lot of extra mana. Alright, so we hit the 3-2 with that. I like this archetype a lot. As much as it pains me to say it, I think the toolbox aspect of this deck is just not very good. I think if I was going to... I'm going to ignore the mana base for a moment, because the changes I'm going to suggest impact what you want the mana base to look like. So, ignoring the fact that what I'm about to suggest impacts the mana, let's talk about what I kind of feel like I would like to do. 3-2 and 3-2 and 3-2. Thanks for the support, Hype2Dev. Oh, is Moto locked up while I'm searching for cards? Oh, alright. So I think if I'm getting rid of the toolbox aspect, I want to just I like Pia and Kiran Nalaar in this deck a lot. I would like another copy of it. I just want to say you do a great job. My days don't feel complete when I miss your streams. Thank you for the 3 months, Morcar. I appreciate that. Welcome. Hope life is treating you swell. Something that I would kind of like to try in here, and this is the big one that's going to change the demands on the mana base, is I think I would like to try some copies of Seasoned Pyromancer in here. This is a card that would let us see more cards a little bit more consistently, even if it would tax the mana base a little bit. I think this card seems potentially very good. It's a card that's decent to blink with Felidar Guardian as well. There you see as I cut the 0-4 wall, since we don't need as many 2s if we're not Eldritch Evolutioning things. So if we're cutting tutors, like another fair card that lets us grind a little bit, gives us another good thing to blink with Felidar Guardian. I think past that, I would like to probably have a little bit of interaction in the main deck overall. So I think I would probably, we talked about Lightning Helix. I mean, Helix is just like one of the best cards you can have against burn, so playing some copies of that doesn't seem unreasonable. I feel like we could also just like play some bolts. Like if we're becoming a little bit more interactive and a little bit less linear, I could just play less mana dorks overall. We could just like split the difference here. Like I kind of like the look of this. We're like a Naya deck with a Saheeli splash basically. And again, the mana is going to need to be completely retooled. I'm not going to do that on stream because it requires like clicking and counting and stuff like that. There is a possibility that I'm at 22 lands, 21 creatures is 43, and then this is 40. So I have 47 Oath hits here. So what does 47 Oath hits look like? So just generically, is that correct? 40, 60, 47 hits, sample size 3. Yeah, that's actually pretty reasonable. Like 90-some%. Yeah, maybe you could play Path to Exile. Like there's a couple different things you could think about in terms of that aspect. I think if you wanted Path, I kind of feel like I'd rather have Path in the sideboard more than anything. When another change with the way this is restructured without the toolboxes, you'd want to retool the sideboard. So like Deputy of Detention becomes worse, Avalanche Riders becomes worse. I think cards like Teeg and Eidolon and Collector Ouphe here, cards that I think are still good. We would want to play more copies of them so we can draw them with some consistency. We ideally want our hate cards to still be creatures because Oath of Nissa helps us find creatures. So like I think 3 copies of Night of Autumn is still fine. And then what would I round the sideboard out with? Throw a couple of paths in here. Throw like a second collector in here. Is Eidolon a card I'm interested in? Another question is like the way I retooled this main deck. I think the main deck's like pretty good against the fair decks as is. So I think I probably don't need these Tireless Trackers anymore with the addition of Seasoned Pyromancer. Something like this would probably be where I'd end up at. Seems neat. And we still have like these 3 cards are like reasonable to bring in against fair decks. Depend Berthy, thanks for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that. Welcome to Hooglandia. So I'll export this and throw it up on the Stream Decker. For anybody that wants easy access to, I guess the mana's not good. I'll tweet a list later or post it in the subs Discord once I retool the mana tonight. I don't feel like taking 10 minutes on stream to retool the mana, but archetype felt reasonable. Voice of Resurgence is reasonable against Grixis Shadow and these Jund decks that have been running around. In the interest of being more accurate, when the calculations are based on assuming turn 1 with 2 cards. So yeah, so there's like a lot of assumptions that you could make that change. So here's just a closing comment. So my rough calculation on how often my oaths are going to hit was just there's 60 cards and there's 47 hits and we're looking at 3 and I want at least 1 hit. This is not 100% accurate. You know what this is though? This is close enough. You could draw up various scenarios where, like, for instance, let's say there's 53 cards in my deck. You know, turn one. Let's show a comparison to show that it's statistically similar. So, turn one, I have Oath, and I have a Lightning Bolt in my hand, and then 5 other mix of creatures and lands. So that means there's 2 of my 13 misses out of my deck. So in these 53 cards, there are 11 misses. So I have 42 hits in my deck. Hit calculate. We're actually more accurate. So let's say my hand is Oath and all creatures and lands. So there's 41 cards in my deck that are hits instead of 42. Like, the difference in this calculation here, in this bottom number, the greater of having 1 or more, in 41 or 42 hits versus just doing 60 and 47 here, is 0.001%. And that's why, like, when people talk about, like, getting really nitty-gritty details when they're doing calculations surrounding magic and probabilities, it's just like the amount of effort you have to go through to change, to figure out the precision, and the amount of precision you gain by going through the extra effort. 0.1%. You're right. It's not point. This is 99.1. It's 0.1%. But yeah. So, have you factored in marking your cards? I thought you were a professional Magic player. Beep, beep. Oh, that was a great league, and I felt like we did some educational stuff at the end there. That's definitely going to be one of the decks of the day. All right, let's slide on into some standard here. Thanks everyone for hanging out. If you're just here for the modern content, I think I'm gonna stream the modern challenge tomorrow. If you're just here for the modern content, because there's no SCG open tomorrow, and I don't think the Grand Prix is streaming. If the Grand Prix is streaming, I probably won't bother streaming the event. But if the Grand Prix doesn't have video coverage, I'm gonna stream the event tomorrow. Here is a article that talks about building mana bases.